Hey, my wonderful Libras. Hi, Libras. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. My name is Kamoy. So, last video. You are my last video of the zodiacs. Last but not least, so we're going to get into this, okay? Keep in mind that energy is fluid. So, if you are cross-watching, you need to know, my lovelies, okay, that if I say Libras, but you're cross watching and this energy fits more like your energy, apply it where it needs to be. Okay. In the intro, I'm gonna apologize for any background noise that you may hear in the background because I'm here in the dining room and the kitchen is still quite active. Okay. Now, with that being said, my lovelies, we're gonna jump into this. All right. Anything you need to know about me, you can find in the description box below. Okay, including the next moon meditation, which is going to be tomorrow. Okay, so you definitely want to check out that information in the description box below. Now, starting off the week, you do have, or starting off the month rather, you do have a lot of sakura chakra energy. You got flexibility popping up, you got relationships popping up, and you also have the soul star chakra, which is a chakra right above your head, okay, right above your head, pineal gland, right above that outside. So the first chakra outside of the body is going to be the soul star chakra. So we're talking about angels and masters when we're getting into this chakra, divine connection, pure communication coming in from source, okay. We also know that this particular chakra is pure cosmos. This is the divines. This is, if you would consider this to be the God force type energy. All right. So divine information is coming in. Look at this. All the chakras coming into alignment and speaking to one another. They're asking you to be, I want to say, very flexible, however, in your sacral chakra. Sakura chakra deals with emotions, it deals with relationships, and it deals with the changes that needs to happen within those relationships. But your sakura chakra is also responsible for karmic patterns. It is also responsible for relationships. It's also responsible for the flexibility within those relationships. It's also responsible for, I want to say, healthy sexual relationships. This is where you can find addictions, sexual addictions. This is where you can find addictions to shopping, addictions to eating. Okay. They live in this chakra, this area, okay? So they ask you to be very flexible, especially within the relationships, and seek divine insight, maybe before you respond or react to a thing, okay? Or to a person or to the situation. Clearly, you may be dealing with someone that's, I want to say, holding on to some stuff from the past, and maybe not quite ready to move forward. This is somebody, or maybe they are, and we're going to clarify this, right? This is clearly somebody that has communicated this. They're either feeling past pain or they're ready to move forward. Four Wands is this may have something to do with the future, maybe a wedding, maybe a marriage, maybe some type of community, something that you guys are building together, okay? This person has very strong energy, or they're coming in very strong within their communication. They could be a Leo, okay? Clarifying your energy, however, my wonderful, wonderful Libras, you do have Knight of Wands energy coming in, where there is definitely coming in with that rush of communication, but it's a Knight of Swords energy too. So because you're coming in and you're rushing and you may be in your feelings or whatever that is, you're coming in and you're really not caring about how you say things or what is being said. You're really, you're at a point where you're just ready to see things come to an end, but you can be a little bit emotionally manipulated when you're doing this, especially maybe when it comes around to a money aspect of this within the first week, okay, or maybe even a living situation, okay. Second week, you have energy popping up asking you maybe to use your throat chakra, but really think about if this is worth your time. What's your life purpose? Is this worth your time and energy? Is this something that you should even give a lot of time and energy to? You got creativity popping out, which is once again that sakura chakra energy. You want to watch and pay attention to your role and your part that you play in all of this unfolding. You got heart chakra energy popping up asking you to play a little bit more, be a little bit more compassionate, maybe, open your heart up to being a little bit more vulnerable. And this may not even be vulnerability with anybody else, but being vulnerable with yourself about where you are and what you need right now, okay. I kind of feel like this energy is someone that's pretending to be all happy and go lucky, but when really they're struggling with their self-esteem, because there's some type of tower moment happening here. There's some type of change that is unfolding. And this could have been a change that you made because you may have found out something. There could have been something deceitful. Okay. I kind of feel like that's the change, the end that you may have made within the first week. Okay. Yeah. Something around stability. You've made a change around stability. Either your stability or the stability with this person is going down within the first week. This is why they're asking you within the first, within the second week. This is why they're asking you, is this even worth your time or your energy? Is this worth it? And whoever you're dealing with, they're pretending like everything is okay, but it's not. They're dealing with some heavy trouble moments. You're dealing with some external distractions. You may be communicating or venting to somebody that may not be giving you the best advice. Okay. So you want to be mindful of that too, right? Okay. So now we have popping up in your third week. You got not surprising self-mastery. You may have to bring yourself into balance here. Bring your emotions into balance, your heart into balance, your throat chakra into balance. Really just make sure that you're not going through some type of I want to say aggressiveness, because we know what Mars is doing, right? So you don't want to be too overly aggressive if we're moving through this energy with Mars. Okay, you're gonna have to ground yourself here. Mother Earth is asking you to reconnect, tap back in, practice yoga, take up meditation, do some chanting, something, tap back in. All right, tap back into that love source. Okay, especially if you're feeling super disconnected. Maybe feeling like you don't have a sense of direction. Maybe feeling like everything is just happening and unfolding all at once, okay? You may need to slow down and tap back in. Tap back in is what I'm hearing, okay? About a fourth week in. Yeah, it's actually to tap back in. You're dealing with someone that may be coming in with some divisory tactics. They're saying they want to move forward, but really they're still stuck and trapped, and they're holding on to past shit. All right, they're holding on to past shit. Maybe even a little bit unrealistic or even moody about the expectations of where they want things to go and how they want things to flow. Is going to be, I want to say. Yeah. This is not going to play out or pan out fine. Because this person is still maybe not telling the full story or the full truth, okay? But I kind of feel like you may not, the both of y'all, okay, the both of y'all may be lying and pointing the finger by the end of the month. Okay. Because I kind of feel like whatever advice you may be getting externally, because we're in the third week now. Whatever advice you may be getting externally, the both of you may be up in your ego and in your feelings, and both of you are stuck. There's some type of codependency or some type of addiction here. This could be addiction to the sex, addiction to maybe the financial aspects of your agreement, whatever this is, whatever codependency this is, the both of you are still dealing with the same thing, not really wanting to deal with your shadow side. You in particular, however, my wonderful Libras, you're not looking at yourself in none of this thing. You're not looking at yourself in none of this. None of this. You're looking at yourself in none of this. You may be considered to be the victim here, or you may think that you were the victim in this situation. You're not looking at the role that you play, right? Not looking at the role that you play. All right, fourth week in, you are being called to a rebirth. And sometimes, not sometimes, when you're going through a rebirth, you know what a birth feels like? Giving birth is painful. So if you're going through a rebirth, you're going to have to know that there's some pain that may be coming in with this rebirth, honey. Okay? Rebirth it could be painful. You need to know and understand that. So if they're calling in and saying a rebirth is coming, yeah, just expect that there are going to be some changes made, and it may be a little bit painful towards your adjustment, okay? Yeah, you may have to communicate, okay? There's going to be some communication that may be triggering or may have triggered the rebirth. There's going to be some communication there, okay? There could have been some communication there. You also got soul healing, so there's some things that's surfacing up to the top, to bringing healing. The question is, are you ready to embrace those things so healing can come in? That's the thing. Are you ready to embrace the role that you had to play for some of these things to unfold the way that they did? Are you ready to do that? Are you ready to do that? All right. That's the question. Yeah. Somebody you're dealing with knows that things are out of balance and they may be trying to. No, they know it's out of balance. They know it's out of balance. They know it's that there's an end here. There's an end here. There's clear communication about this end. You may be a little bit more unrealistic. Because you may not, you may be holding on to some things when it comes to maybe the home and the financial aspect of this, or maybe your stability. Both of y'all are not in a, both of y'all in agreement, definitely, that something is out of alignment. Five of Swords energy is, like I said, you can hold on to past resentment or you cannot. You can see your role in the problem so it can be fixed or not. Because both people feel like they're not in the wrong here. Both of you are wrong and strong. Both parties are wrong and strong. That's what I'm going to say. Both of you are wrong and strong here, so you're going to have to see your role. Find your role in this. Both people can't be wrong and strong. Find your role. Okay? Both of you are wrong and strong. Wrong and strong. Find your role. Okay? Both people want to be wrong and strong in it. Okay? If that works out for you, that works out for you. If that doesn't work for you, that doesn't work for you. You can't change somebody, but in order for you to be able to change and evolve and to have your life to unfold differently, you got to understand where you may have made a mistake. Okay, so if you can't admit maybe where you done something wrong or may have went off course, you can't change something. You can't change what you don't acknowledge. That's the bottom. That's really what I should name this video. You cannot change what you do not acknowledge. Okay, both people are wrong and strong, but you can't change what you don't not acknowledge. Okay, you cannot change what you don't acknowledge. Okay, and we're gonna leave that as that. All right, now. All right, my lovely. So, make a decision. You cannot be wrong and strong. You're gonna have to find your role and find the part that the you can. Yeah, you can go ahead. You can. You don't have to find your role in the part that you play in it. Okay, you're gonna have to do that now. We're gonna go ahead and clarify on Patreon. Okay, so if you're not joining me on Patreon, I appreciate you. I appreciate your love. You want to make sure you circle on back next month as we do the monthlies. Check out the daily vibrations, for they are full of wealth of information. Okay, we deal with the chakra systems there also. All right, check out the description box below for everything that you need to know, the next meditation as well as the next class